How's it going, people? It is Liam Caddison here, and we are reacting to the first of the X-Men movies, as I do what I've done with Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, and Back to the Future. I'll be reacting to every movie within the franchise, barring Deadpool and Deadpool 2, because I've seen those movies. Touch on wood, hope they go up on YouTube without issue. So, yes, and kind of like Back to the Future, I imagine, because that's time travel orientated, and me being a Doctor Who fan and all. I imagine this is really going to have people incensed, if anything, and will have people yelling, what the fuck? Why and how have you not, watched the X-Men movies? I got a similar reception from my friends when they found out. So yeah, but I've never really had that attraction to the movies when it came out, of course, alongside the Raimi-verse Spider-Man movies. Especially with the fact that I was so invested with Spider-Man at the time. X-Men, would show up, I guess, worldwide, and I'd just be like, push that aside because I didn't really have that pull. And not just that, though, but I'm pretty much uneducated regarding the X-Men lore. I know associated characters, of course, like Wolverine. Scarlet Witch, of course, plays a huge part in that, especially with her being tied to the MCU. But I've never really, picked up an X-Men comic and whatnot and decided to go through it all and educate myself regarding the characters associated to it. So, yeah, it's kind of like with Aquaman and whatnot, but I think X-Men plays a more important role within the MCU, side of things. So, well, the Marvel side of things, should I say. Yeah, I think it's good time, especially with the inevitability of the X-Men being integrated within the MCU, that I break the mold and react to the X-Men franchise. I know of little bits and pieces and whatnot, like the actor who played Quicksilver, which I'm sure will be in the later movies, because if he's like 40 or whatever, then he's looking really good for his age and whatnot. But no, in all seriousness, I know the actor who played Quicksilver, who appeared on WandaVision, I know he is affiliated to, I guess, the Fox universe. So yeah, because there was a lot of hoo-ha going on there. But yeah, I am pretty much going to be in for a ride and I guess a bit of an education of sorts and whatnot. I have been warned about how I guess convoluted these films can be and whatnot later down the line, but I'm sure it's going to be a very, very great journey for me to finally get a bit of attention to the X-Men and learn all the hubbub and whatnot, and expand my knowledge, hero sides and whatnot. So yeah, but like all the movies, of course, the full reaction will be on Patreon and whatnot. But yeah, I am really looking forward to finally breaking this mold. So with that said, let's get into the first of the X-Men franchise, which I believe David Hayter wrote. For those who don't know, he plays Solid Snake in the Metal Gear franchise, so I'm a huge, fanboy of that, because Metal Gear, awesome. So, I kind of have faith, because Metal Gear is awesome, and so is David Hayter, so. So yeah, why don't we get into this first movie? Looking forward to checking this out. So with that said, let's go. Yeah, because he was prying the gates open, wasn't he? So yeah, that's gonna require a few, hammerings to fix that. What the? Oh my god. Wait, does she have like a pushing daisy situation? She can't kiss?
David? I don't know. I just touched it.
And they are among us. We must know who they are. And above all, we must know what they can do.
And it pisses me off that there is this stereotype that mutants can be considered dangerous when humans have that capacity to be dangerous as well.
Don't get in my way.
Don't, Gandalf. Don't.
We are the future, Charles, not them. They no longer matter.
Difference is about humans and mutants, right? Like how judgmental humanity can be with the mutants. I'm wondering if that's where he got his name. It's gonna kind of play in parallel to Spider-Man, how he got, well, the Raimi Spider-Man, how he got his name.
You owe me some money. Come on, let's do it.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
No man takes a beating like that without a mark to show for it. Come on, buddy, this isn't gonna be worth it. I know what you are.
You lost your money. You keep this up, you lose something else.
Come on, buddy.
Oh! Save. Oh!
I don't know. What kind of a name is Wolverine?
My name's Logan.
Marie. You know, you should
So
wear
we're now
these-
using our first
I
names.
don't need advice on auto.
Whoa! It's always a last second effort, isn't it? It would have been really handy to have that fire resistance, just saying. Jeez. You'd hate to wear anything metal. Oh.
Where's the mutant now?
With them.
Ooh. Telekinesis? Whoa!
I've been following his activities for some time. The man who attacked you is an associate of his called Sabretooth.
Sabretooth.
Ah. That's the guy who, launched at him.
What do they call you? Wheels?
Ha!
This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
A chance. I may be able to help you find someone.
How do you know?
You're not the only one with gifts. Where's he going? He's over there. What are you doing? Over here.
Yeah, there we go.
What is this?
He sees all.
Rogue.
What'll happen to her?
Well, that's up to her. Rejoin the world as an educated young woman, or stay on to teach others, to become what the children have affectionately called
Aw.
X-Men.
Welcome to Mutant High.
It is a place
But the
of
school is merely our
acceptance
public
and
face.
comfort.
The lower levels, however, are an
If we're up to me, I'd lock them all away. It's a war. It's the reason people like me exist.
Yeah, and you have a really scummy attitude. Fall in the ocean, please. Oh! And you got caught in 4K!
Henry.
Mr. Gyrich has been dead for some time, Senator. But I've had Mystique here keep you company. She takes so many shapes.
Whatever you do to me,
Perfect disguise,
you make me
really.
right. Every word I've spoken will be confirmed.
I mean, you're not really helping with your
Are you a
prejudices, but
God-fearing man,
whatever.
Senator. You're such a strange friend.
What the heck? Did he just mutate him or something? Like, you become the thing you hate? His past.
What do you see?
Scott.
Oh.
Good night, Logan.
Look, let them two have their ship. Sorry, Scott. This is the procedure he got. Oh my god! Oh my sh... What she warned him about, of course. Unless she is gonna siphon his healing. Yeah! Okay, that's... kinda neat. Boy, he's really putting the step in my shoes vibe to those who judge. Though forcing this upon people, yeah.
This device amplifies my power, allowing me to locate mutants across great distances. That's how
Like
I intend to
Cerebro.
find
Hey.
Rogue.
Why don't you just use it to find Magneto?
I've been trying, but he seems to have found some way to shield himself from it.
Of course,
How do you
of
know how to do
course.
that?
Because he helped me build it.
Wow. He literally sees all. Not just, you know, hears all, sees all.
What?
Where's my motorcycle?
Oh.
You look around.
Oh. Oh, shit. Great. This was all part of the plan. Wow.
Welcome, Professor.
And what you're going through. But I think this guy Xavier's one of them.
I like how he has that
Seems
trust.
to genuinely want to help you. And that's a rare thing. For people like us.
Ah! Oh! Whoa! What the sh? That's bad. Oh, the storms are coming! They're coming, honey! Oh!
You must be Wolverine. The remarkable metal doesn't run through your entire body, does it?
Yeah, oh my god, that's it though, because he's gonna be able to puppeteer the shit.
People.
Damn.
I don't think I can stop them all.
Oh my god! You're gonna have to, buddy. Yeah, you're gonna have to relinquish.
Still unwilling to make sacrifices. That's what makes
Oh. I do hope for the senator this gives him a bit of a wake-up call.
This machine draws its power from Magneto, and that it weakened him.
Yes. In fact, it nearly killed him.
Yeah, you could see him
Transfer his power to Rogue and use her to power the machine.
Oh, because she mimics and...
there.
Yes.
Person to be afraid of.
I mean, I'm kind of... Oh my... Oh my... Wow! Holy shit! Man with the power just got... What? Oy. Bloody hell! You know, both Scott and Jane just taking up that bloody initiative.
Jane, answer me, please.
I know where Magneto's going.
That was a big risk, but...
Our cause will be theirs. Your sacrifice will mean our survival.
And it means his idea of peace
I'll
can
understand
become
that kind of
established,
small
like they can understand. It's not the right way to go.
Put it in the machine.
Do you actually go outside in these things? What would you prefer? Yellow spandex?
Isn't that what he wears? Yes. I love that. Yeah, going through airport security is a bitch for Wolverine, isn't it? Oh. Oh no, not this shit. We're not gonna know which one's a real Wolverine.
All right, back up, back up.
It's scary she can mimic powers as well as appearance. Why does he freak me out so much? Ah, that's nasty. I do love how you can tell which one's Mystique and which one's, yeah. Ugh. Just with the moves. Oh. Hey, 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 you did it now.
You know what happens to a toad when it's struck by lightning?
Yeah, it never ends well with the toad, does it? In a storm.
The same thing that happens to everything else.
Ho-ho-ho!
Ain't far away.
Come on. We have to regroup.
I know, but there's a problem. You're not part of the group.
Yep, that. Oh my god!
It's me. Prove it. You're a dick.
Okay.
Hey.
I love the hatred that Logan has for Scott. It's great. It's beautiful.
Ah, my brothers. Welcome. And you. Let's point those claws of yours in a safer direction.
You know, I don't know if you know what your definition of safe is, but I don't think these people are feeling that. Oh, oh, it's a thing. It's a way. this hecticness. Oh, yeah. Holy son of a...
No.
Oh! 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 Nice! I mean, not for him, but... Come on, come on. Oh, shit.
I have a shot. I'm taking it.
Take it! Take the shot! Take the shot! Woo! There we go, nice! Woo! She's gotta make it. Come on, come on. Oh, there it is! Oh, oh my goodness! At least she's gonna survive this. Come on. Oof, that was a close one.
Oh, that tickles.
How you feeling?
Fantastic.
That was a brave thing you did.
It'll work.
Mark of a hero.
She's fine.
Wrong in this particular issue, and I hope in time I may be forgiven. Thank you.
The Mutant Registration Act continues to draw support.
Mystique.
I had a feeling.
Son of a bitch.
Wow, Mystique.
From many parents' rights groups who feel...
I'll be back for this.
So it's not goodbye, it's I'll see you in a bit.
You ask questions to which you already know the answers.
Yes. Your continuing search for hope.
I do like how he is trying to hold out hope for him.
I will always be there. Old friend.
I'm not gonna... Of course. It's not gonna give up on hope. That's... it, isn't it? So, I thought that was a very, very good introductory for me into, I guess, the X-Men franchise overall. It was really, really good to get to know more about these mutants, not just Wolverine, of course. Rogue was a pretty good focus in this film because of the fact that you had Magneto after her, as she was a very, very suitable candidate to launch his thing, which would, of course, transform others into mutants. And obviously, we saw how Senator Kelly's, like how he rejected the mutation, and it all goes a part of how human evolution, will adapt naturally, and it's not something you can really force upon. But there is such a resentment from Magneto about how mutants have been treated. He wants to put people who do doubt mutants into their shoes. He wants to say, okay, well, see if you're going to hate us then, if once you're turned into a mutant yourself. So Which obviously isn't the right way to go about it, especially since the end result of it is going to result in you dying, like Kelly, potentially, most likely. But I think that's all part of the whole human evolution, is a thing that comes naturally. It's not something you can really force, but, you had him on such a hell-bent nature in terms of having people recognize that mutants are humans themselves, which it is very, very sad of a situation that you have people, especially those in politics, deem mutants as a disgrace to the world and whatnot. And not just that though, but they think that, well, if you're not dangerous, then you won't mind revealing yourselves. And it's more, it's not so much about the danger, of course, but it's more about, of course, how humans will receive those who are a bit different. I know from experience that people will treat you a bit differently, and there will be a bit more of a unfair reception to those who might be autistic, like me, for example. And that would certainly be the case, surely, for humans to mutants as well. That some will, that there will be some people, not everyone, but there will be some people that will have such a harsh or unfair judgment, regardless if they revealed themselves or not, to mutants. So, and with Magneto, there is such an unfairness, and I feel like with obviously we saw in that flashback to, I think it was, the concentration camps, that this difference is inevitably going to cause a war, and that's what he warned Xavier about. So because being different is a crime to some people, it is in that mindset, really. So, and even today, even though times have evolved, there are still some people who will hold prejudices to those who are just a little bit different. I mean, look at 2020, for example, or 2021. It's still a thing that if you're a bit different, like if you're like I said, like me, that can have people react in a very, very different way, which is very, very unfair. So, yeah, and obviously you have Magneto reacting to that in a very, very vilified manner, because not only is he, changing people's DNA without their permission, of course, and it's more so, I guess, in an act of revenge, given the fact that the senator tried to pass that act that would risk the lives of fellow mutants. But also, it's killing their bodies. Their bodies are not their bodies are not sustaining this mutation. And like the senator, they will succumb. And it's not a right way to go about it. Heck, changing someone's molecular, I can't even say it, but changing someone's DNA, I guess, that's a more simplified way of saying it. It's not really the right way to go, unless they asked, unless they ask for it, not they asked for it as in, well, the way you've reacted to our kind, it's demonic. It's unfair, and I'm going to give you a taste of your own medicine, basically. I'm going to make sure that you know what it's like to live in our shoes and whatnot. So, and this is it, though. I don't agree with how people are reacting to mutants as if all of them are dangerous and whatnot. I mean, there was even a great point made in the beginning where I think it was Jean, she was trying to convince the people, not all of us are going to be dangerous. And look, humans can be just as equally as dangerous. And that's it, though. Of course, the senator tried to say, well, you need a license for this and all of that, to drive on the road, etc. But that doesn't negate the danger that humanity themselves, without any kind of abilities, can possess. So, yeah. There's still a lot of ways that one person can be very, very dangerous. So, and the problem is the senator refuses to acknowledge the good being gifted can provide, as we've seen in this movie. So, and I feel like this was a very, very standout moment, especially with how, of course, Wolverine was able to destroy the thing that would stop people from, of course, being mutated. So, not just that, though, but being able to save Rogue's life. So, yeah, but like I said, the way that Magneto was going about it, very, very wrong direction. Not just, of course, the changing of someone's DNA unknowingly, I guess, but also they would not be able to handle it, and thus, so, but I think Magneto is too, like, his mind is too clouded to see that, so, and that's why you have Xavier be so benevolent. He is holding out hope that, that Magneto can come to his senses and whatnot. So, but I think Magneto's, like, I really like the fact that that there is that relationship with Xavier and Magneto with Eric, because of the idea that he understands the pain that Eric went through, and Charles knows the dangers out there. Charles, like, he even acknowledges the fact that there might be people who will still, like, even if you get enough conviction that mutants are not can do so much beneficial good for the world, there's still going to be people out there who are just not going to budge. It's like Eric's mindset. I don't think he's going to budge into being on par with Xavier. He's still going to prepare for the inevitable war that he proclaims is coming from humanity against the mutants. So, but that's it, though. There are still going to be, like in the real life, there are people who cannot accept people for being a little bit different in the real world. And there are going to be people in this universe who are this, you can make a pros and cons list, and the pros will heavily outweigh the cons, but there are still going to be people who will just refuse to see the good, just refuse to see that being part of the mutants is, it is harmless, really. So, yeah, like that senator who refused, who was so focused on seeing, who was so focused on, I guess, focusing on the negatives and whatnot rather than the positives and all that jazz. So, yeah, but it's really, really a fascinating concept, especially when you have Eric, and how, like, how his time in World War II as a kid plays in heavy relevancy, I guess. It is a very, very interesting concept, especially when you have Charles who acknowledges this but still tries to provide a reason, who is helping those who feel lonely be part of this school, and is handling this in a lot more of a better direction than Eric is. So, yeah. And I really like that, though, because for someone like Rogue, who cannot, touch someone without draining their life force, of course, it is a very, very lonely life. As we saw, she ran away because of her ability, and she ran away again because of how the whole situation with her and Wolverine, panned out. And it, like I said, it is a very sad situation because there is that loneliness. And I feel like with a lot of mutants, there is that aspect of loneliness because there might be people who will just resent someone for being a bit different. And thus, they are afraid, and it's great that you have Charles have this place where they can feel united. They can never feel lonely again. But for Rogue's case, of course, she felt like things just went to hell, and she was not safe anywhere. And sadly, it didn't help that Mystique was the one in disguise, of course, to coerce the situation, but that was all going according to plan there. So, yeah, and obviously we thought that Magneto was after Wolverine when it turns out. It makes sense as well why he was after Rogue as well with her abilities, especially since we saw him barely able to stand after he turned the Senator into a mutant. But yeah, see, I would have thought I'm not sure if like regeneration would be would have less of a detrimental effect on him after he goes into the machine, but I think having someone be a conduit, I guess, like Rogue, fares a lot better than the regeneration, because I don't think it would make a difference. I guess that's why he went after Rogue. So yeah, whereas she could just sacrifice herself and Eric could just, well, I guess sit back and relax and all that jazz. So yeah, but yeah, I really liked the final battle. I really liked the aspect because I think this film took place before the Raimi Spider-Man came out, so I guess this was really Marvel's first big thing before, of course, pre-MCU days, I guess. So yeah, but you have that battle with the Statue of Liberty, which of course stands out very, very significantly. But I really, really liked how things came about, especially the two Wolverine fight with, of course, Mystique posing as Wolverine. So yeah, but also how Wolverine was able to make that very, very sacrificial call and save Rogue, and of course Rogue was able to be healed with that touch from Wolverine, of course, which was foreshadowed earlier in the movie when she was stabbed. And yeah, so, and I am wondering if where Wolverine is going to go, of course, with that military place where his past potentially lies. I'm wondering if that's going to be a plot for the second movie, seemingly, considering they kind of left it there and whatnot. So I think it's a good time for us to find out more about Wolverine's past. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what does happen, because of course Magneto is inevitably going to be is going to pull the Great Escape. So yeah, it will be very interesting to see more of him in future movies, of course. So yeah, but I thought this was a very, very great introductory. Really loved focusing on the two different sides of the mutants, of course, and like I said, I feel like in terms of important, I feel like there's going to be, of course, more important pillars of the X-Men saga that's going to be established in the second and more movies. But I feel like in terms of first introductions, as someone who has not really been educated into X-Men lore, I feel like this was very good for me to get the lay of the land and whatnot. And not just that though, but there have been some very, very interesting connections between characters, and not just that though, but important characteristics, I feel. So overall, this was a pretty interesting and entertaining movie. So, all well and good. But, yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!